The sun is high and bright, beating down through a pretty much cloudless sky. This creates some very, very harsh light. But you know what else it creates? Deep, dark shadows. I've been meaning to have a go at photographing shadows for quite a while. And guess what? Today's the day. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm out for a walk today and my aim is to photograph shadows. This is something I've been thinking about doing for a while and I kind of keep forgetting about it. And then a few weeks ago I did a photo walk where I attempted to use every lens that I have. One of the shots that I took there was on one of the metal bridges over the Segura River. And I took the shot with a fisheye and it was black and white. But one of the things about that image that I think works is the patterns of shadow created by the structure of the bridge on the actual metal floor of the bridge. And that got me thinking about this idea of photographing shadows again. So I decided to give it a go today. I've used shadows before in photography, but normally shooting early in the morning or late in the afternoon, you know, around sunrise or sunset when the sun is low and the shadows are long and normally quite diffuse. I've decided to come out today while the sun is still high. It's kind of middle of the afternoon and I'm doing a walk that's going to take me through a variety of different environments. There's some sort of country roads, there's a small town, there's an industrial park, and then back onto some other sort of small roads, small country roads, and then back through another village. And I'm hoping to find a number of different options here to photograph shadows. Now for the purposes of this, either the shadow is going to be the only subject in the scene, or it's going to be the dominant, or at least one of the dominant subjects in the scene. I want the images to be more about the shadows than they are about anything else. Whether I'll achieve it or not, I don't know. But it's going to involve keeping my eyes peeled and using the skills of observation that I talked about in another one of my recent videos to see what I can find. I'm on one of the country roads at the moment and I'm hoping I'll find something fairly soon. I think I found something here on the side of this little country road. It's basically a plant that's overhanging the road and it's creating shadows in the shapes of its leaves, but it's got kind of like a nice curving shape. And I'm looking at shooting it probably at around, I don't know, 22mm straight down, excluding the plant completely and just having the shadow against the tarmac. Now this works, I think, because of how deep and dark the shadows are. Because it's on a grey tarmac road, if the shadows were sort of faint and wishy-washy, they wouldn't really stand out. But I think this might actually work, so we'll give it a go. Got to be a bit careful filming on the side of the road here. It's not a busy road, but nevertheless. Why does the wind always blow just when you're about to take a picture? I think I might have another one here. There's a fence here, wrought iron fence with like spear type pattern sticking up, and that's creating a shadow which is kind of angled across on the ground. Now I'm thinking I've got to make sure I'm not in that shadow. I've also got to be careful of traffic. It's not a busy road, but busy enough. Might have something here. There's this old, looks pretty much like a derelict building actually, and there's a window in it. It's broken, there's the remains of an old wooden shutter in there, and it's full of rubbish and stuff. There's also some rubbish around the foreground, but the light is coming through the window and creating like a diamond shape on the ground there. And I'm thinking shooting the diamond shape in the foreground and the sort of the rough texture in the background. There's some rubbish down there, bits of old plastic bag and stuff. I'm not going to touch it. It's not safe to be messing around with that sort of stuff. I'll probably just take it out in Photoshop if I think it's too much of a distraction in the black and white. It may not show up particularly well in black and white anyway. I think that works. I'm also thinking of one which has the top of the building in, because it's got quite an interesting kind of rustic old railing on. Problem is it's difficult to shoot because of the road. I have to watch out for a gap in the traffic, rush out and shoot it quickly. May not be worth it, but I think that works. I quite like that. This lemon sculpture, statue, whatever it is here, which has got some quite nice shadows on, but whether I can make the shadows a feature or not, I don't know. I'm going to try shooting it from that side, but I'm a bit concerned about the position of the sun being a little bit too low in the sky, so I can't exclude it from the frame. What I'm finding is that the stronger shapes, in many ways the artificial shapes, sort of buildings and structures, do seem to be working better for this than the more natural organic stuff, because that has a tendency to be a bit soft and maybe the shadows aren't as well defined. Got one of these control wheels for the irrigation channels, and it's just casting a bit of shadow out onto the road. I quite like the symmetry that I might be able to get to it. The only thing is, the shadow is significantly larger than the wheel, and I'm not sure if that's going to work. I'm going to see if I can get the composition right. About 8.5 kilometres later, and I'm back at the beginning of the walk. I hope that there's at least a couple of good images in there. There's a couple that I think look like they might be quite good. You'll already have seen. I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the walk. Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, bye.